Moving on to something else that I personally think is in the good. And that good comes in the form of the 2019 Volkswagen Jetta. Just went straight from roasted Camaro to compliment of the Volkswagen Jetta. Welcome to my channel. The biggest changes you're going to notice looking at the exterior of this car is the new grille. They have obviously made the grille more pronounced by making it taller. In the previous generation Jetta, like, the grille and headlights were all just slender. And they have kept the slenderness of the headlights, but made the grille more pronounced, obviously. And I wasn't too sure about it when I first saw it, but it's something that's, like, kind of been growing on me. And I like the way that it just kind of flows in with the body. Like, it's not jagged or anything like that. Like, would I call it aggressive? No, absolutely not. I think posh is more of an appropriate word. The rear end of the car looks like it's pretty much stayed very similar to the previous generation. It's definitely got a little bit sharper, but overall there hasn't really been much change to it as far as I can see. But it's still not bad looking. I never thought the previous generation Jetta was bad looking. The standard wheels, as far as I know, are a perfect example of overly designed. Like I said, just people need to calm down with their wheels. You're designing wheels, not weapons. They do not need to look like they can cut someone's head off if you throw them at someone. Also, I'm sorry if the lighting is possibly dramatically changing in the video. My camera light is literally dying right in front of me. Don't buy dollar store batteries. Now, what a lot of people have been stating as the most notable upgrade in the Mark 7 Jetta is the interior. A lot of people have been calling it the baby Audi, and I have to agree. The interior is really, really nice looking for a car in the standard compact sedan segment. The interior is super posh looking, and everything flows nicely. I like the dashboard. I like how everything just kind of like flows across like an unbroken line, unlike a lot of automakers who like are just kind of slapping their MMI systems on the dashboard. And to me, when they do that, it kind of looks like an afterthought. Like, you know, when you get in the car, like, and you get not the highest model and there's blank buttons, I kind of feel like it's that, but vice versa, if you can kind of catch my drift. But with this, it's nice to see that the MMI and the gauge cluster and everything else on the dashboard just flows elegantly, and it doesn't look like anything is just kind of tacked on there. Also, the picture that I should be flashing on the screen right now, the interior with the ambient lighting looks so cool. Everything in the interior, like the way the dashboard flows, like the design of the seats, the way everything is like kind of placed. Also, it has the Volkswagen like digital cluster, I think it's called, which is basically like a dumbed down version of like Audi's virtual cockpit. So like all that combined, it's like really pushing the boundaries between Volkswagen and Audi. I think one very strong possibility that might happen with this car's buyers is that some people might buy it over an Audi. Like, not necessarily a buyer looking for like a super like luxurious car, but like someone just looking for something a little bit more premium than what you would normally find in the standard compact segment. Like, they could be looking like an A3 and then look at the Jetta and you're like, well, why would I buy like an A3 when I can just get the Jetta? It's just as nice looking. Like, what I'm mostly showing in this video is the SEL trim, and that starts at $24,000. The A3 starts at $31,000, and you can easily break $40,000 with some of the more desirable options in that car. And the A4 starts at $36,000, and you can easily break $50,000 with some of the more desirable options in that car. Alright, my battery's in the red, time to speed it up. Alright, so far, as far as the powertrain goes, the only engine option you get is a 1.4 TSI, which is making like 147 horsepower and I think 187 foot-pounds of torque. That sounds right. So the 2.0 TSI and the 1.8 TSI are both no longer offered, which is meh. I mean, it works. They're not trying to target me as a buyer because I'm not a buyer. I'm just an opinion giver. But there's supposed to be a GLI model coming out, and I assume that they would either up the power of the 1.4 significantly, which is very possible because you don't need a big engine anymore with forced induction. You can make plenty of power with just a bigger turbo. Or they might go back to a 2.0 TSI specifically for the GLI model. And you can get a 6-speed manual in the base trim, which is also unfortunate. Anything above that, the only option you get is a conventional 8-speed automatic. So, other than the lackluster transmission options and the lackluster power output numbers, yeah, I give it a thumbs up. I'd say it's a pretty good car. It's definitely got some potential. Alright, so, last car, not one that was debuted at the New York Auto Show, and probably not one that's going to be sold in the United States, but me and my friends were having a conversation about it a couple days ago, and it is yet another controversial design method, and that would be the 2019 Ford Focus ST line. The damn lighting changed again. So, Ford Focus ST line. First of all, what is ST line? ST line is just the trim package that Ford offered in the UK and probably a bunch of other European countries that we never got. It's literally the same thing as like Volkswagen's R line or Audi's S line. It's not a performance car, it's just got little divots to make the car a little bit fun, make the car just a little bit more aggressive looking. But I'm not so sure about this redesign for the Focus. Originally, when one of my friends sent me a picture of this new car, I was like, oh god, that looks bad. But looking at it again, you know, you sent me that like at 12:30 at night, I was kind of tired. I mean, looking at it again when I'm wide awake, it's not as bad as I initially thought, honestly, but it's still, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, when you look at it from an angle, it looks pretty good, but you look at it like directly head on, it's kind of weird looking. It kind of looks like a fish to me. It's kind of picking up that weird design language that a lot of small economy cars have been picking up the last couple years. And just they're all really starting to look the same. Like, this has design elements of a Kia, honestly, and I don't know. It's just, everything, like, all those cars just look odd to me. And apparently Ford here is following a human-centric design, which is, quote, a design philosophy that unites expressive form of language with functional, customer-driven attributes, whatever the hell that means. The rear end, I will admit, is actually pretty good looking. It kind of looks like the Corolla IM, but still, I think it's pretty good looking as opposed to the front end. It's definitely not as, like, weird and bulgy. It's sharper. Yeah, front, I'm back I'm pretty much sold on. I like the back end of it. The new interior, I'm actually a fan of. Seats look really nice. I see 3 pedals and a shifter, which is good. I don't really like the placement of the MMI system. Like I said, it's literally the exact thing that I was complaining about that most car companies do. They just slap it on there instead of having it flow with the actual dashboard. Like I said, it looks like an afterthought. The interior definitely looks a lot more upscale than the previous generation Focus. Like, the back seats look nice. Like I said, the front looks nice. The dashboard, other than the slapped-on MMI system, looks nice. Age cluster looks like it's a hybrid between, like, digital and analog. Not entirely sure, but it's still pretty, like, pleasant to look at. Let's talk about the Focus ST and the Focus RS, because mind you, this is ST line, not an actual ST. There's been no, like, official, like, announcements or anything for the new Focus ST or the RS, but the design renders look like this, but better, essentially. So in their final form, I hope that the ST and the RS look way more like what I just showed you on the screen than what is back there. And also, the new Focus ST is rumored to get a boost up to 275 horsepower from its 252 horsepower, which I hope they do something with the steering similar to what Honda did with the Civic Type R, because if they boost power that much, I fear that torque steer might become a big issue. And the Focus RS is rumored to have over 400 horsepower, I think 450 horsepower. There it goes again. And it's also rumored to have a hybrid system. I'm going to go on a limb and say those are just hard rumors, like, because let's be real here, pretty much every performance car has been rumored to have some sort of hybrid powertrain in its next generation, like the last 5 years or so. Like the FK8 was rumored to have a hybrid powertrain, the next gen 86/BRZ was rumored to have a hybrid powertrain. That's been debunked as getting a 2.4 liter Boxer, or FA24 instead. And here we are with the new Focus RS, rumored to be a hybrid powertrain. And unlike a lot of my friends, I have no issues with hybrid powertrains in performance cars, so as long as they can coexist with the performance nature of the car, which has been proven possible if you're willing to spend like $1.8 million. And like the only exception to like a functional hybrid sports car has been the Acura NSX, which is still like upwards of $200,000. But yeah, I really don't think that the next Focus RS is going to be a hybrid. I mean, if it is and they make it work, cool. If it's not and it still works, cool. If it is and it doesn't work, well, shit. But only time will tell. Well, that's the end of this video. It was super sloppy. It took me so many takes to film it. So, I hope you enjoyed it. If for whatever reason you did enjoy it and you want to see me do more of these videos, definitely leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Leave me some suggestions on like topics to do, like new cars or like stuff happening in the automotive industry, and I might do a video on it. But I will see you guys in next week's video. Might be another after movie I'm going to show this weekend. All depends on how fast I can get it edited and put out. We'll see. Anyway, have an awesome day.